She wired him the money herself. The flights, the tuition, the apartment, every single penny. And he told her he loved her. But the moment he landed in the UK, something changed. He just didn't know how to tell her yet. And now she's standing right outside his door. This is where it gets complicated. Let's go back to Lagos. He was brilliant. Everyone knew it. Top of his class, sharp mind, big dreams. But dreams in Nigeria don't pay for master's degrees in the UK. That costs money, real money. And then she came into his life. She wasn't just successful, she was a billionaire, or close enough that the difference didn't matter to him. She believed in him before he believed in himself. She looked at him and said, "You deserve more. Let me give it to you." And so she did. Visa, flights, tuition, monthly allowance, everything. He arrived in the United Kingdom with a full scholarship, funded by the woman who loved him. He was grateful. He was committed. He told himself, "This is the woman I'm going to build my life with." But life had other plans. The first day of lectures, he walked in late. He found a seat, pulled out his notebook, and then the door opened. She walked in, his lecturer, and from the very first sentence that came out of her mouth, something inside him moved. She wasn't just beautiful, she was magnetic. The way she explained ideas, the way she held the room, the way she looked at her students like their futures actually mattered to her. He told himself it was admiration, respect, just a student being inspired by a great teacher. He told himself that for 3 weeks. Then she stayed late after class one evening. So did he. They started talking, not about the coursework, about life, about where he came from, about what he carried. And she listened, really listened. That was the moment he knew he was in trouble. Now, before you judge him, understand this. He didn't go looking for it. He didn't flirt, he didn't chase, but somehow, over weeks of conversations after lectures, the line between student and teacher started to blur, and she felt it too. She told him one evening, quietly, carefully, that she had never connected with someone the way she connected with him. He should have walked away, he knew it, but instead he stayed, and they let something grow that neither of them planned for. Meanwhile, back in Lagos, his girlfriend was calling every night, sending money every month, planning her trip to come see him. And he was answering every call, saying all the right things. "I miss you. I'm focused. I'm working hard." Both things were true, and both things were a lie. It was a Tuesday when she called and said 6 words that made his stomach drop. "Baby, I'm coming to visit you." He froze. He said, "When?" She said, 2 weeks. He sat on his bed for an hour after that call, just staring at the ceiling, because he had to make a decision. And every option came at a cost. Tell his girlfriend the truth and lose the woman who had given him everything. Tell his lecturer and risk her career, her reputation, everything she'd built. Say nothing and let 2 women who trusted him walk into a collision. He had 2 weeks, and he had no idea what to do. She landed at Heathrow on a Friday morning. He picked her up, hugged her. She was glowing, excited to finally see the life she had funded. And as she laughed and squeezed his hand in the Uber, his phone buzzed in his pocket. A message from his lecturer. "Thinking of you. When can I see you this weekend?" He turned his phone face down, smiled at his girlfriend, and something inside him quietly broke. That weekend was the longest of his life. She toured his campus with him, stood in the hallways, walked past the very room where he had sat across from a woman he had fallen deeply in love with. She had no idea. And by Sunday evening, as she rested her head on his shoulder and whispered, "I'm so proud of you, I'd do it all again," he made a decision. Not the one you'd expect. He didn't choose his girlfriend. He didn't choose his lecturer.
He chose honesty. That Sunday night, after she fell asleep, he sat at his desk and wrote 2 letters. One to his girlfriend. Not a breakup text, not an excuse. A full, honest account of everything that had happened. The feelings, the confusion, the guilt, and an apology that he knew wouldn't be enough. The second letter to his lecturer, telling her that what they had was real, but that he could not build something new on the ruins of someone who had sacrificed everything for him. That he owed it to himself and to both of them to walk away with his integrity intact. He didn't send either letter that night. He waited until morning, until she woke up, and he handed her the letter himself, face to face. She read it. She cried. She left. And he stood in that empty apartment, everything she had paid for surrounding him, and felt the weight of being finally, painfully, free. He didn't get the girl. He didn't get the fairy tale. He lost 2 women who meant something real to him. But what he kept was something money had never been able to buy him. His word, his character, his truth. And sometimes, that's the most expensive thing a man can choose. If this story moved you, drop a comment below. Would you have made the same decision? Because I'm not so sure most people would.